And now we are on air.
All
Welcome,
right.
everybody, to the year end episode of My Point Is. I'm Larry Bryant, and my co host is.
Candace Montague. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the year end.
Oh my God. And so today's episode is, like the title says, it's just a discussion about the year, and we just happen to be at the end of the year. I wonder what we should have like mid-year discussions too, just so we can catch up because it's hard to get all this shit in one hour.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But to have this discussion, we've invited 1, 2, 3, 4 of my favorite people. There's a lot of other favorite people out there, so if you're not here, don't send me bad tweets and stuff. But also good talkers. And Art Jackson, Jesse Brooks,
Hey.
and Wanda Brendle-Moss.
Hey, how is everyone?
And I'm fine. And we've also have Angela Green, who should be joining us. Hopefully will join us. If not, she's definitely here with spirit. But before yes.
We're waiting for Angela.
But before we kind of get into the discussion, I want Art, Jesse, and Juan to kind of just share a little bit about who you are and, what you're feeling, what you're going through now, and give us like 60 seconds of Wanda. Go.
Wanda Brendle-Moss, some say I'm a super advocate or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's true. The main thing that motivates me is social justice. And I believe that HIV is one of the many things that involve the social justice needs to be addressing. So I'm very happy to be a part of that process, whatever it takes.
Good. And if it's live to you, it's live. I mean, if it's real to you, it's real, rather. That's that all up.
Oh, it's real.
Jesse, why don't you go ahead?
All right. So I don't have a camera, so that's why maybe people don't see me live. But I
We hear your radio voice.
Okay.
That's
Here's
right.
my radio. So I'm a newsmaker. I'm a journalist. I'm an activist. I'm a filmmaker, photographer, motivational speaker, pure advocate. I am not ashamed to say I am HIV positive. That purpose is lending my face to fight against stigma around HIV and giving the public a real look at what issues really look like dealing with HIV. Also, I'm a living testimony to inspire people that whatever challenges you have encounter in life, it's possible you could turn it around and start living awesome like I do.
Cool.
Well said.
All right, Art. What's up?
Hey, what's up, bro? My name is Art Jackson, and I'm the community programmer for community health interventions here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I've been doing this work for a very long time. I count Mr. Bryant as one of my heroes and one of my mentors. Jesse Brooks is my brother. And what I'm trying to do today is get prepared for what's about to come. I thought that we were beyond a lot of this stuff that we're seeing today. I thought that we had fought these fights years ago, and I'm a little tired, and I'm a little concerned because I don't think people are really taking this election and all the implications that this election is going to have as serious as it should be. So I'm going into 2017. I'm a little, but prepared for battle, understanding that because I don't think people are really. We will definitely have a battle in front of us. So that's why election and all the implications.
All right. Well, slow your roll because we're gonna get to all that stuff in a second.
I'm going into 2016. But prepared for battle, understanding that because I don't think people really. I'm getting feedback.
All right. Yeah, that's someone's got their speakers on.
Oh, okay.
Turn your speakers down.
That's
There
right.
you go.
And all the
So, Candace, you want to start the venting?
The venting?
All right. Slow your roll because we're gonna get to all that stuff. Yeah. Who's speakers?
I'm going into prepared for battle, understanding because
Okay, you gotta turn your speakers down.
I don't
All right. Yeah, someone's got to put the speakers on.
know. Okay.
Turn your speakers down. So, Candace, you want to start the venting?
Start the venting. Okay. The venting?
Slow your roll because we're going to get to all that stuff. Whose speakers are those?
I don't know.
Who can hear them? Who can hear?
I can hear them.
Can you do you guys have headphones on? Or at least turn your external speakers down. You can talk to us.
Okay, say something again.
I think we're there.
Oh, we're back.
I'm
Okay,
going to get my headphones.
I think that was me because I had the YouTube link up on my screen as well as what we're doing here, the Google chat, and it looked like there was like a delay, but then like you could see like what everybody's hearing later on. So there is like a slight delay. Okay, but I've shut that down now, so there will be no more feedback. Sorry.
It just shows we're all human.
Okay. So I'm starting the venting. Okay. God, there's a lot of things to vent about. The most on my mind is something I posted earlier today about Drake. I know this is probably very like trivial, but Drake has now been photographed with J-Lo. So I guess he's linked with her, like he's dating her. I'm still stuck with him dating Rihanna and how he was on the video awards, and how he was in love with her since she was 22 and she's the best thing ever, and he wanted to be the person that presented the award to her. This is her, I think it was like a Video Vanguard Award or some kind of Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact name. But he wanted to be that person to present that award to her, and he took out a billboard to congratulate her, and he's been on all these records with her. So I thought, oh my goodness, it's wonderful. He's in love with Rihanna. Now I hear he's with J-Lo. Then I started thinking back. Wasn't he dating Serena Williams at one time and a bunch of other people? And I said, you know, Drake is a hoe. He's a big Canadian hoe. And I think that's interesting that he gets to be seen as this guy that's just lucky because he gets to date and probably have sex with some of the most finest women on the planet.
But wait. Do we really think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I really think that's what's happening.
What if Jake is just the millennium version of Michael Jackson?
What if he's just a millennial hoe?
But I mean, he's dating.
But he's dating J-Lo.
I'm saying that whole thing just to be kind of funny. But if he were a woman, that's exactly what people would be saying.
Yes, you're right about that, Candace.
I mean, really.
I'm saying J-Lo
dating like this, but a man dating like this is like, hey, what's the big deal? I think we need to eliminate this slut, hoe, this title that we give to people who are perceived as promiscuous. If you're going to call them promiscuous, that's fine. But I think giving them this name or this label of shame because they are essentially just dating, we need to cut that out. Because to me, if you're not going to distribute this label equitably between the sexes, we need to cut it out. So that was my today, and I posted that question on my page and got some interesting answers. So what do you guys think?
Well, I say look at J-Lo. I mean, if we're gonna call Drake a hoe, I'm just saying, J-Lo been in the game for a long time.
Yes, indeed.
And who hasn't she?
Oh, snap.
To be with. I'm just saying. You know, Jenny from the Block is Jenny from the Block. I'm just saying.
I never thought of her as a hoe. I never thought of Amber Rose as a hoe. I never thought of Rihanna as a hoe. Just because they put their sex out there. No, Drake is not twerking and Drake is not walking around shirtless, but he's doing some of the same things that we would expect people who are dating to do. So why does a woman have to be shamed for doing the exact same kinds of acts?
Wanda, say what you just said again.
Part of it is too. It's all about publicity. I mean, it's about the change in the bank, who you get attached to, whose name goes with who. I mean, their publicity managers are behind the scenes staging. Well, this week you're gonna be with this, and next week you're gonna be with that. There's a whole lot of that going on that we don't see. That they don't realize that we realize that they're trying to manipulate us by having these conversations, because as long as we're chitter-chattering about them, we keep their names in the headlights.
This is true.
And that's what I meant when I said like he could be this generation's Michael Jackson. And that Michael Jackson was rumored to be dating all these different women, or, you know, we never really thought he was sleeping with all these different women. I mean,
not at all.
No.
But and maybe like Wanda says, you know, it's a publicity. Like it's cool to be seen hanging out with all these different women. I don't think that. I mean, what do I know? I don't hang out in those circles. I don't think that there's anything other than just appearance, convenience. And Drake hangs out with LeBron and Carmelo Anthony and those guys too, just for the looks of it. So I don't know. But I
Well, I also think it's a sign of the times. I mean, back in talking about my era, I'm older than Drake and all that, and I think about Diana Ross and Aretha Franklin. You know, it was really stigma around dating, and for me, they're just a reflection of how young people date today. They're not looking to get married right away, and they're just having fun. But to me, I always talk to young people, and it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Because someone could have 50 partners and having sex safely, where one person could have one partner and having, you know, risky sex. So it's not about what you do, it's how you do it.
But
right on, Jesse.
Really, so I'm amazed, right? I'm almost speechless. You guys actually think that these guys are dating, like sleeping with each other?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
I do. I think you date the people that's in your circle. So they're running in the same circle, so they're likely to hook up.
Well, I never got over Drake for going out and ruining Serena's chance of winning the Grand Slam. So he's in my outbox forever. He ruined that for me. Yeah.
Everybody hated Drake at that moment.
Yeah. I did.
Maybe
went along with the game plan.
Oh man.
Maybe I'm just naive to that though. I think it's more publicity than it is actual interaction between them.
I agree with that, Larry.
Larry, you're a straight man. If you had a chance to be up and close with beautiful women like J-Lo and like Rihanna, those are gorgeous, and Serena, those are some gorgeous sex symbols right about now. You can tell me you would try to push up on it, Nicki Minaj and all. Come on, I mean, there's no way.
Okay, you threw me when you put Nicki Minaj in there. I was with you until you put Nicki Minaj in there.
Part of that entourage. He's part of that circle that they're all hanging around. They're always being photographed together in clubs, drinking whatever, and doing videos and all. I think you'd be pushing up on it too.
Candace, you're so right. I mean, because we look at people that's in the spotlight as if they're different, and they're just doing the same thing we're doing. And
they all got sex organs and
right, exactly.
And Mr. Bryant, you've been. I mean, I've heard many rumors about you, so I'm just saying.
What?
Sex and Bryant, I heard.
Oh, me?
About Mr. Bryant. Yes, sir. You.
He said you, Larry. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Well,
see,
I hate to break it to you. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. All right. So enough of Drake. Oh, how we get started on Drake?
I don't know.
Candace did
That
it.
was Candace.
That was the most vent on my mind. Sorry, we'll continue on. With that.
So for all of you, what is to you kind of the most like the thing about 2016 you're going to remember most? I'm not saying it doesn't have to be big headline stuff. It could be something personal. It could be something local. It could be like I was saying earlier. You know, we have this conversation. We have this My Point Is show, if you will, not because we talk about AIDS or talk about any one subject, despite our connective backgrounds in the field, but it's about like just us as humans, as people. So I'm asking you, as humans, as people, what will 2016 be most remembered for?
Well,
On
for
a
me,
personal level?
Hmm?
On a personal level or globally?
Personal, your personal view might be something global, but whatever it is, like if someone asks you 5 years from now, what do you remember most from 2016? It could be something that's happened to you that affects only you. It doesn't. I'm not saying, you know, anything about who Drake is dating. I mean, like, unless that's the most important thing in your year, but just to you, what's the thing that's impacted you and is most important to you? Let's start with Wanda.
Okay, thank you. I guess for me, being a part of the North Carolina NAACP More Money movement, calling myself friend to Reverend William J. Barber, all the things that we've had to do in our state, and you know, many of the things that we faced here, we've gone back almost to the 60s in a lot of ways here. Reverend Barber has been fighting diligently with the thousands and thousands of us that have joined with him to regain our voting rights. We had to take it all the way to the Supreme Court because our rights were being gerrymandered. We were triumphant in regaining our voting rights. Of interest also, Reverend Barber and I have been talking together privately. And
I know your sound is messed up.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Say it again.
Okay, can you hear me?
That's better. A little better.
Reverend Barber has also expressed that HIV in the southern states, in our state.
Sound like you're underwater, Wanda.
Okay, I don't know what else to do.
Come up for air.
Can you hear me?
We hear you, but it's kind of static. So.
Well, it may be where I am. I'm sitting kind of out in the country right now. Is that better?
That's better. Go ahead.
A little.
Okay. Reverend Barber talks about HIV is a social justice issue, that persons in the churches that can't go to the pastors, that they are being treated incorrectly, that those are not what Jesus would do. So we have allies in bring about a change in how people think about HIV in our state. Okay. And he blew it up at the Democratic National Convention.
Cool.
So I'm very proud.
What about, okay, so we'll stay in North Carolina. What about you, Art?
Well, for me, 2016, the biggest thing on my mind is the fact of the normalization of hate. The acceptance of soft bigotry. It's really, I'm really sad. I'm really perplexed by it. I'm worried. I'm annoyed. And I'm just trying to get myself prepared for what is going to be coming in 2017. So for me, it really was the normalization of hate and the disappointment that I felt in many people that I thought more of. And I just need to be 100 because my point is, this is my point. My point is, and my point on this is, I'm really disappointed in a lot of my Caucasian brothers and sisters who had to have voted for Trump, who had to have, and I'm sorry that I'm on this political thing, but it's just, this is the biggest thing on my mind. I'm disappointed because, I looked on my Facebook feed and I saw people post stuff and that I would have never thought in a million years that they would have posted. I saw people supporting hate and misogyny and bigotry and religious intolerance. And, I stand with my Muslim brothers and sisters. If they have to register, I'm going to register with them. I'm just, that's what 2016 is going to be remembered for me. That this country went from hope to hate in 8 years. And we need to be honest about that, and we need to say it, and we need to see it for what it is. And it ain't about change. This Trump, yeah, go ahead, bro. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
No, I'm sorry. You said 8 years?
I mean, we had 8 years of hope. We had 8 years.
I thought you were giving Trump a second term already.
Oh no, we had 8 years of Obama and Michelle.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh my God.
Who ran this country in the best possible way. And this was a man who really tried to delegitimize him by saying he wasn't even an American citizen. They still have folks that still are saying he's not an American citizen today.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, I don't see how we could have went from the first African American president to this imbecile. I just don't see this.
Yeah.
And all of those folks that said I voted for Obama, but I voted for Trump, then you couldn't have voted for Obama. Or if you did vote for Obama, you didn't vote for Obama to succeed. You voted for Obama because you felt some kind of whatever guilt, or I don't know what you want to call it. Mm-hmm. But you went from one extreme to the whole other side. And so that's what 2016 is reminding me of, and the fight of 2017 and 2018 and 2019 until we can get back to 2020. So that's where I'm at.
All right. What about you, Jesse? Good.
Well, I mean, I see a lot of people on Facebook that really, really hated 2016. And for me, that's an indication. It's kind of indicative of the contrast of the way I felt about 2016. It started off personally really good for me. I got recognized about 4 or 5 times, awards. I went to South Africa, out the country for the first time, to our motherland. That was just beautiful, a photographer's dream. But then there's the dark side for me. It was all the deaths that were happening around me, and it wasn't connected to my family. It was more people that I knew and their family members dying, and it was kind of hard for me to stay happy as people around me was sorrow. And then we talk about Natalie Cole dying. That was one of my favorite stars growing up. And then Prince. And, some schoolmates died. So a lot of deaths in 2016. That's what I'll remember it for. But also, the biggest thing for me is the killing of my brothers and sisters by policemen.
Yep.
To see those videos all year long, over and over, was really sad, heartening, and frustrating for me as an activist, as a black man, on what can I do so that this won't be happening for my younger generation, because I've dealt with this all my adult life. Since I can remember, they murdered my brothers and sisters in the streets like dogs. And so that was the dark part of me. And then the election, oh my God, it was so stressful.
Very.
And and I had to find ways to try to cope and take care of myself during the election. And then for Trump to be elected really was stressful. And I was, Art talk about the people that voted. I was more disappointed and shocked of the young black people that didn't vote, that told me to my face that they didn't believe in voting. And that made me sad after trying to talk to them about our ancestors and that had fought and died for that right, and how dare them talk about they not voting. And then also the people of color that voted for Trump openly, and the women.
Yes.
It
Yes.
just shocked me, and yeah, I was just appalled. And now I'm like Art. I'm just trying to take care of myself, ready for the fight that is to come. And and I'm up for it, whatever it needs. I'm the kind of activist that I'm willing to die for what I believe.
Hmm.
Boom.
So yeah.
Candace,
On a
besides Drake.
besides
Can we talk about Jussie Smollett?
Oh.
oh, but no, okay, so on a personal level, 2016 has been an amazing year for me. I never had a passport before this year. Got a passport and left the country twice. Went to
Wow.
Niagara Falls, Canada, where I was hoping to run into Drake, by the way, because he is fine. And then got to go to South Africa, like you, Jesse. I went for Women Now. I went to Durban. It was the week before the International AIDS Conference. Were you
Okay,
there?
me too. Me too.
Okay, yeah, and that was amazing. I will never ever. I think about Durban every single day now since I've been there, and it's just I can't even put into words how amazing that experience was. Meeting the women, talking about sexual reproductive health issues. I felt more empowered, more like an activist. I felt more educated after that conference. So I really enjoyed my time there. I published an amazing article this month with ANU Magazine. I am so proud of that. I'm going to bring it down and show y'all in a minute. But my article on Dr. Ronald Simmons, of us helping us here in DC.
DC,
Oh,
okay.
I'm so proud of that article. I'm so glad it's out. And it just had a lot of I got to go to a couple concerts. I just saw the Roots for the first time last night. Oh, it was amazing. I love that band. I loved that band forever. And I finally got to see them in concert. So, on a personal level, 2016 was great. Now, globally, from my perspective, 2016 sucked. Like you all mentioned, the deaths of the celebrities, the death of people, around me that, in communities that I know of that have passed away.
Let me mute my phone.
That really hurt. And I've labeled this summer Cruel Summer because it was just hard to see so many of these young Black men dying on video. It seemed like, over and over again. The Philando Castile who died sitting in the car and his girlfriend is on Facebook Live, trying to be calm. It just blew me away. I'm literally watching a human life die. It was horrible. It just seems like it's an all-out attack on Black men, and it's been going on for a long time. But thank goodness now we have these videos, and everybody has a phone with a camera, and they can put the eyes on these people. Now, the disappointing part about these phones with these cameras is that you can have all the video in the world, and now we see it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. It won't bring us justice. So my thing is, if you can't get 12 people to look at a video and clearly see that a man is being murdered by a police officer and get some justice there, then what else can we do to get justice? It's extremely disappointing to me to see that in this year. That it really hit home this year. I think the whole take the knee thing that the football player Colin Kaepernick did really opened up a lot of dialogue about how Blacks feel about our allegiance to this country. Do we really feel like we're true citizens and that we will stand by that flag and all that it stands for? It showed a lot about how we're really not feeling like true citizens of this country, or we don't feel that allegiance to this country because, look at what they're doing to a lot of our people. But when I found out that young man doesn't vote, oh, man, that hurt me so bad. Because I just wanted to see him go to the polls. But anyway, and the other thing, of course, is the election. That Donald Trump threw us all. I agree with Time Magazine making him man or person of the year. Not because it's a good thing, But because he has truly shaken, he is the one person and one force in this country that has really shaken us all up this year. You know, he's this demagogue that has brought out some, or have given people permission to be the racist self that they are. And I thought that was really interesting. And yeah, that really messed up my whole second half of the year. I just couldn't believe that election. It was like somebody fucking died. Everybody was quiet and they just looked shook, and no one wanted to talk much. And when they did have something to say, they couldn't get the words together. The day after the election, people were just like in complete shock. I've never seen that before from an election. So 2016 has been really interesting, and I don't know if I'm looking forward to 2017 or not. I don't know. And Larry, what about you?
Oh, my bad.
Larry, don't mess with that man. He's fine and he's not a hub.
Anyway, you know what? I'm not giving Donald Trump my power.
There you go.
The election was a surprise. The results were a surprise. But I think to most people, well, I'm going to say most, a lot of people, particularly black people in the South, but people of color maybe anywhere, the element that was most vocal during his entire campaign didn't emerge with this campaign. The red states that voted for him are the same red states that voted for John McCain and Sarah Palin, that voted for George Bush and that have existed for 200 plus years. The hate and everything that we feel or that we're experiencing now, that's now occupying, or at least helped occupy, the White House, that's not new. So those things aren't surprising to me. His election, his winning, the results are because I just thought people had more sense, just in general. But never mind your political sense, just human sense. But I'm not going to give him that power over what I thought was most, I guess, important to me through the year. My grandmother passed this summer, and my mother's mother. And I think I take her passing is probably the most painful of all of the quote unquote celebrity deaths and the things that have happened, not just because she passed and what she represented to my mother and her my mother's sisters and the family, all in kind of a symbol of a part of who my youth is and was. But it also kind of brings a sense of well, on one end, like a mortality, like we're getting older. It reminds me of a lot of the time and the life I've lost, partly because of my HIV status and being, kind of putting myself in my own prison. The years I've missed spending time with my family and the distance that I've created between myself, my family, and friends. It just brought back a lot of different things. And I actually, I didn't do this because of what, our conversation tonight, but I tweeted out these 4 things today that just kind of overwhelmed me. And it kind of capsulized just the entirety of the stress that has been 2016. And it's encapsulated in everything you guys have just shared about the election and the hate and the acrimony that led up or throughout the campaign from everyone, not just Donald Trump, but from everyone, both on the campaign trail and those, in support of whomever. The seemingly like repetitive and countless Black men being shot. It was, there were more episodes of young Black men or just Black men getting shot on film, on TV, than there was episodes of Atlanta this year. And you could have your own series. Yeah. What brothers bad dream. Just a number of things that have gone on, and have been going on in my tweets. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I'll read them out. So that'll pretty much finish my thought on it. But the weight of 2016 overwhelmed me this morning. I mean, I was literally in tears on the train. Was sadness, anger, and reminded of my mortality. There was the deaths of those who defined my youth, Prince, my grandmother. I wasn't a Star Wars fan, but who doesn't know Princess Leia, When Harry Met Sally, that's my favorite role for her. My life, my existence, friends, family, and these people kind of modeled my mind, heart, and they are part of the fabric of who I've become. The tweet goes on, the angry and awful assault on my Blackness and the people I love and I know, my community. It makes me feel like I'm at war. Like there's a war happening, and literally, people are trying to eliminate us, deport us, eliminate us. And the more we fight back, the louder the explosions are over our head. And honestly, I'm exhausted. I'm pissed. I hope for better. I hope, the new year is supposed to bring out renewal, and you pull out your resolutions, and you're a religious person, you have faith. And I know a lot of people, including my family, that spend New Year's Eve in church, praying for blessings to come. Hell, I'm hopeful because I have to be. Because if I wasn't, I'd go crazy. I'd be dead. Because right now, and I'm being honest, I'm not hopeful. I'm not hopeful for this country. I know there's greatness, and we all see gifts every day in art and in culture and in our friends and our families, our loved ones. But fuck, I mean, it's repetitive. I was reminded, and we hear this, hey, we need to be reminded by the fight that our ancestors 200, 300, 150, 75 years ago have fought to provide us for today. Well, damn, it's a 200-year fight. We're still in that war. What are we looking forward to? We tell our kids, hey, one day we'll reach the promised land. One day we'll reach that point. Maybe the promised land was this last 8 years more like a rest stop on the highway of hell. So I don't know. I mean, it's a combination of all that. If I had to say there was one thing that 5 years from now I look back on, this year, it's that just total hell of a year that we've had. That's me.
Yeah, I would agree.
100%. 100%.
No, that's not the. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What do you feel about like Chicago and the killings in Chicago?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's I honestly feel the same way. I feel battle scarred. Like I've been in war. I honestly feel like I've been I'm having PTSD. I'm battle shocked.
Chicago now reminds me of DC in the 80s.
80s, yeah.
It reminds me of Norfolk in the 80s and 90s, where people were. I mean, it was just open season on anyone. Cops were being shot and sitting in their cars. People. I mean, but yeah, it's communities that sit in the space, realizing help ain't coming for them. Yeah, there's no one coming in. Yeah. I mean, as much as we have hope for a new leader, whether it's a locally elected mayor or a black president or whoever, we see as kind of someone that's going to embody our safety and our rescue. There's communities, neighborhoods, and all of you know these neighborhoods. There ain't no one that has paid any attention to them ever. And they ain't expecting anything to change. So you've got young people growing up in generational poverty and despair. And I mean, the moment they're born, they're exposed to gunfire and hate, and especially if you're a young black man, you're not even expected to survive or to live. And that's what this community is. They're fighting. They're pissed, and they don't see a way out.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully, you know, we're old enough where we see it happens in cycles. Like I said, and Candace can speak to this also in DC. I don't know how we made it out of the 80s.
Oh God.
And where I went to college in Norfolk, Virginia, it was the same. I mean, people left campus, they might not come back. So
and then we had Flint water, the Flint.
Right.
I'm just like, yeah. And they're still dealing with dirty water. Bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the pipeline going through the Native Americans' land.
Yeah. All right, so we just brought everybody down now. I feel like in a couple of years, that the movie Escape from New York will actually be a real scenario outside our windows. So what are we looking forward to in 2017? I mean, January 20th is going to usher in a whole new excitement of conversation and atmosphere. What are you guys looking forward to in 2017?
New engagement with the North Carolina NAACP. Less than a month after inauguration, we will have what we call HK on J, which stands for 100,000 on Jones Street. I'm looking forward to that. Will be a renewed birth. It's the 11th annual event, and I think it will draw more people this year than it has in the past several years, because we cannot give up. We cannot stop the fight for our rights. We just can't.
And that's it? That's where you want to end it? or progress look like and sound like?
Hey, Positively D. How you doing, beautiful?
In Winston-Salem, North Carolina, we still have people that are positive persons like myself who won't even say that they're living with the virus. I hope
is your mic? I think what it is, your mic is too close to your computer or something like that.
Let me just turn the computer off.
Or just turn it down. Just turn it down.
Okay. How's that?
A little better.
A little better.
Okay, I don't know what the deal is.
Bear with me. I've never did this before. Trying to do two machines at once.
Jesse, you got your own show going on? What's happening?
Yeah, you took.
You're doing the Facebook Live thing. Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Oh, I didn't know you could hear me. Sorry.
So go ahead, Wanda.
Okay, I just want people to understand that there is absolutely no shame in being HIV positive. That the more we talk about it, the more we beat down the stigma, and it's an ongoing battle. And we have to, as they say, act up, fight back, end AIDS. That slogan is still, but it carries over into all the other social justice issues that we're fighting for. It's all very similar, and in my mind, interconnected.
Yeah,
And,
I agree.
And for me, for 2017, Larry, what I would say is what I'm looking forward to is the bonds and the relationships that I've forged, especially with a lot of the young people. I'm working with like 6 young people who are amazing. These young men are they give me hope. They give me love. They give me life. And I see that we do have some young warriors out there who are willing to take up the fight. I wanted to share this too. 2016 also, with Trump and all of that, I have to say on a personal basis, it was an amazing year in that, I made a cover of Paz. now writing Candace,
Okay.
and I'm invigorated by that. I'm working with some young people on Real Talk TV. It's a like internet-based TV show that we're doing, and we're starting to get a lot of notice and work with that. I had an award, the North Carolina Voice Award, named after me for my activism and advocacy here in North Carolina. Um, and I'm proud. I'm proud that I continue to speak truth to power. I continue to be a voice for the voiceless. I continue to say, it's not okay for you to hurt me or not see my humanity because I'm HIV positive. It's not okay for you to not include me at the table as a Black gay man. One of the good things that I'm working on for 2017 is a thing called Sessions. And what Sessions is going to be, it's going to be I'm having 3 heterosexual brothers and 3 gay brothers. And what they're going to talk about is how we see each other and trying to forge bonds beyond the myths. How do you get to see me as your brother and not as a gay man? How do you get to see me as your brother and not as somebody who's looking at you in a sexual way? How do you get to see me as somebody who's worthy of the right, even if you don't like it or it's not something that you want, that you respect me enough to allow me to be that? And we as gay folks have to come to an understanding in terms too that not every brother or man that we see is doable, and we have to learn boundaries and respect in how we interact with others. I'm as far as especially in North Carolina with all the foolishness and stuff that's going on in North Carolina, we got enough going on in my hood that my energy is focused on my folk, and this is not anti anybody. This is my energy is focused on the folks that I can affect change with here, because what I found too is, especially in the LGBTQ community, is their agenda is not our agenda. No shade. It's just they're working on some stuff that don't got nothing to do with me sitting right here. Marriage equality is cool, but I want health equality. I want housing equality. I want job equality. I want economic equality. I'll take those over all of that stuff. I just think that, and I need to say this. I need to say that too many of these HIV organizations, CBOs, ASOs, and all of that, who have been getting funding for years and years and years, yet the numbers of African American men continue to be astronomical.
Like who? You want to tell us one?
Huh?
You want to tell us one of those organizations?
Oh yeah, I want to tell you. I'll tell you a couple of them. I can tell you AIDS Atlanta. I can tell you where do we get started? You want to start? I can start AIDS Atlanta. I can start with NMAC. I can start with plenty of them. AHF. Let's talk. Let's talk about how these organizations who say that they're about this work were more apt to want to talk about condoms and porn.
Wow.
When we don't have Medicaid expansion in the South.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They want to talk about 340B, but we don't have insurance rates here, and we only have one insurer now for the healthcare exchange, Obamacare now in the state. Y'all, you in New York, Kylie, they have Medicaid expansion. Folks there are gonna, whether they take Obamacare away or not, they're gonna have healthcare. If I have to go to the hospital outside of my HIV, that's a $500 to $1,000 bill automatically. I'm tired that priorities.
Right.
What's important. you know, issues. If we want to talk about prep, and you want me to promote prep in Black communities to Black folk, then maybe you should put some of that marketing money and put some of that training into folk. Because my thing is about prep is I think prep is amazing, but it's about access. If Pookie in the hood can't get it like Arthur in San Francisco, then there's an issue. And Pookie in the hood can't get it here.
Right.
So, you know, and don't tell me that they don't have all this money to do all of this marketing, that they don't hire people from the communities to actually go into the communities that can actually affect change and actually get people to maybe think about or talk about prep, but you don't even hire folks that look like the folks that you want to take.
Right.
So
Well,
I just, you know,
so it sounds like between you and Wanda, all hell about to break loose in the Tar Heel state.
Well, yeah, I mean, it has to. I mean, she's doing her part, and I appreciate that. I don't get a chance to share with her often enough, or you know, I think her and I, honestly, need to really sit down and just have a one-on-one personal conversation, and I would really, really welcome that because it's way overdue. Because she knows and I know sometimes we don't always see things the way that we should. Sometimes people put stuff out there and to divide.
Right.
And sometimes stuff gets misconstrued. I hear stuff, she might hear stuff, you know, because that's the nature of this thing that we do. You know, that a lot of times folks will, well, you don't need to work with him, or you don't need to do this with her, and blase, blase, blase. And instead of being adult about it and saying, hey, I can pick up the phone and call Art, or I can pick up the phone and call Wanda, I just say, well, you know what? I'm going to stay in my lane and do what I need to do. And at this moment and at this time, I need everybody that's going to truly be an advocate to be an advocate, and we need to be working together in sympathy and in sync.
Right.
And anything that's going to divide us lets the other people win.
True.
So for 2020, I'm trying to do that.
All right. Jesse, you still with us?
Jesse.
Mr. Brooks.
There you go. You there? I know he's doing his other show. He's got a live show happening somewhere else. So he'll be back in a second. You there? I see him, but I don't see him.
Microphone's muted.
So yeah. So what we're going to do, at least until Jesse gets back, is we have about, I don't know, a little more than somewhere like 8 minutes left. Jesse, you with us? Okay, he'll come up. There's this thing that I want to start doing at the end of our thing where Candace and I like talk about like the five things that we all should know. Like everyone should know, everyone listening should know. Like your last thoughts, things, you know, I don't know, movie reviews, whatever it is that we want to share. So since there's 5 of us, I figured we just all do one thing and then we'd be out. And this is not a resolution. Let's make this clear. This is not a resolution or even a prediction. It's just like what's going on right now off the top of your head. Something that everyone listening should know. I'm going to start. So, Dallas Cowboys.
Boo! No!
Having a great season. Now, I'm not celebrating because you can't measure success in the season unless you get into playoffs, which were there, and then you get to Super Bowl.
But you're not going to go to.
Mind your business. This is my time. I can mute you if I need to. Everybody support Dak Prescott. This man he's come in from Mississippi State. He's running the team. He's playing smart. I mean, I love Romo. I love the Cowboys. I mean, period. Owner on down. I'm rooting for my Cowboys. to get in the Super Bowl. If there's one good thing I can remember from this calendar year, is that my Cowboys have won a division. They're the best team, best record in the NFL. I know there's a bunch of Washington and Giants fans out there, Eagles fans out there who are like angrily like sending messages to my Facebook right now. Well, you know what? I don't care. Especially that team in suburban Washington. I don't even know what the hell they're talking about because I don't think they're in the playoffs. But I'm rooting for my team, Cowboys, get the Super Bowl, and that is my one thing. So. Go ahead,
Well,
Art.
my one thing here is getting to Solange's new album. That album, for real. I'm just saying, I don't know about you all, but I love music. And you know,
I love music too. That's why I'm trying to figure out why you're picking Solange.
I know.
You don't. Well,
I listened to her song, that one that's about the cranes in the sky. Something. It is the most boring. I don't know. What
Okay, all right. I apologize. I'm cutting Art off. So
no, it's
go
okay.
Ahead. Go ahead with your Solange shout out. I'm sorry.
No, I just. Well, I'm just gonna say this. Then I'm gonna just change my one thing.
Don't do that. You're gonna change just because.
Let music soothe you. That's what I found for 2016. I've just had music to take me to that place that I needed to go to.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
I'm back.
Okay. So music for me is my one thing. Let music be the muse that gets you to where you need to be. And I'm a Giants fan. And all I know is that we beat the Cowboys 2 times this year. And if we see y'all in the playoffs, y'all know it's a wrap. So all I'm saying is, you know, Cowgirls, ride them Cowgirls.
My only comment is that you beat us twice, but you're not even close on record. So it's your season. So we'll go with that. Jesse, we got you back still? Yes,
you do. I think you had muted me.
No, we didn't mute you. You muted yourself.
Oh, okay.
So we're all talking about like one thing. We're all sharing one thing we want our listeners and everyone to know, like right now. What's in your head? What's the one thing you want to leave everybody with?
Well,
I shared my idea about the Super Bowl champion Cowboys. Art said mumbled something about Solange and then that team in East Rutherford. What you got?
Well, I'm a optimistic person, you know, even though all this negativity is all around us. For me, if I wake up in the morning and I'm breathing, I'm grateful, and that I just wish health and wealth for all my people, and that if you have health, that's the wealth, and we can do the fight. So, you know, stay optimistic and don't let this negativity crush your spirit. That's what I got. And also, Warriors!
All right. Okay, Wanda.
I think I'm going to piggyback with Jesse. I know the feedback is back.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. All I can say is positivity, positivity, positivity. There's no room for negativity. If we as strong advocates give into it, we are doomed. It is up to us to lead by example. And that's what I'm going to try to do.
I agree. I wish I could be as profound as you guys, but I don't know. I'll save it for another day. Candace, you have the last words.
Okay, I guess I should unmute my microphone if I want to have the last word. Hey, okay. This right here, this is my thing to share. This is And this is where I published my fabulous article. I am extremely proud of it. And I don't usually promote my stuff like this, but I'm really proud of it. If you get this magazine, on page 38 is my fabulous, oh, there we go. My fabulous profile of Dr. Ron Simmons here. It is also online, AU Magazine, oh boy, AU Magazine, aumag.com. Check it out.
And Dr. Simmons is located where? For what organization?
Dr. Simmons is the outgoing CEO of Us Helping Us. Is the first Black gay male, the first organization, nonprofit organization that is established exclusively for Black gay, bisexual men. Okay.
All right.
Bisexual men.
And it's
Well done.
It's located in D.C.
Right here in Washington, D.C. And he was one of the pioneers that really put Black gay men's health on the map here in D.C. In the late 80s or in the 80s when AIDS hit. It was a really big deal and it was killing a lot of men and no one knew what the fuck was going on. That was the thing. And men were dropping one right after another. And so it wasn't enough that you had HIV and it progressed to AIDS. Was that it was also bad that they didn't have the support like they thought they would have. Like they would go to the Whitman Walker Clinic and try to get support there. But the support groups, those men were talking about how they had to sell their summer homes, little stupid stuff like that. Well, I guess it's not stupid to them, but to a Black man at that time who had HIV, didn't know what to do, didn't have access to the treatment, and was struggling. They didn't want to hear about somebody selling a damn summer.
Yeah.
They wanted some real help, so they turned to each other to create the support and to check in with each other and form Us Helping Us. And 25 years later, it's here, and this is my thing to share. So there you go.
And he's amazing, and he's a legend. So yes, sir. I love
Awesome.
Bravo.
Thank you.
All right. I just had the need to just show everybody like my microphone. I love talking to this man. Anyway.
That's cool.
You like your big mic. Very nice.
Well, you know what they say about guys with big mics?
Wow.
So,
They have small
then-
fingers.
I just want to say to my brother Larry too before the year closes out, man. I say this to you enough, but I want to make sure that I say it here. I love you, bro. I am honored that you saw something in me many years ago and took me under your wings and even came to North Carolina. I'm a better man for it. And I want to be just like you when I grow up. Just so you know. I just want to be just like you, bro. Just like you. I'm pointing to the mic. Just like you, and to the camera.
And I want to copy and paste that.
Yeah, I love you, bro. I love you, bro. And Candace, you're my new sister. I love you also. Thank you all for having me. But Larry, I do want you to know, 2017, we need you, man. We need you. And I want to be in the Black and White series.
I plan to be here throughout 2017. I don't care what else goes on. So, so we're right at the end. I want to thank. It's kind of time flies, huh? So I want to thank Art, Wanda, Jesse for joining us. Angela, I know you're out there somewhere, and we miss you and love you. But we'll get you next time. Art, how can people reach you? Like your social media, if you do those kinds of things.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook under Art Jackson. You can email me at safespaceaj@gmail. I'm on Twitter under Armani New York, ARMANINY. And you can contact me via phone 910-835-6812 or 910-483-5971. I'm here. You can contact me if you ever in need of anything. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. You want to give them your Grindr profile too?
Okay. Wow.
You know what? I'm not a social media queen. I'm thinking
Wow.
at this point in my life, if they ain't here, I ain't looking. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. If they ain't here, I ain't looking.
Wanda.
Hi.
Wanda, how can everyone reach you?
If they just put my name in the browser and look up Wanda, pretty much they can find me. I do everything by my name because I feel like that's easiest. Everything from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you have to drop an S. Yeah, just Google me. I'm there.
So, Wanda, and she will show up.
I will show up.
All your advocacy needs.
Yes, sir.
And crystalbeagle.com. You can hit me there too.
There you go. Jesse, how can we reach you?
I'm on Facebook all the time. So Jesse Brooks on Facebook. Also, I'm Mr. Jesse Brooks II at gmail.com on Instagram. Also, I have a photography page on Facebook, Jesse Brooks Photography. And I also, so hit me up.
Okay.
Boom.
And they can email me,
Candace.
and they can get to me through you too, Larry. So if anybody want to get, you can give my information out.
That's right.
Well, I didn't give my information out, so no one's going to know how to reach me. So.
Okay.
Candace, where can people find you?
Oh, everywhere. No, I'm just kidding. I am Larry's friend, so if you go down his friend list, you'll see me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter at UrbanBushWoman9. I know it sounds like a funny name, but it's just something that just kind of stuck with me. But anyway, UrbanBushWoman9. And on Instagram, I am UBW9. And I guess that's pretty much it. Or you can email me, WRITEONCM, so it's right on CM @gmail.com. There you go.
Okay. And as always, anyone can reach me at Positive Brown. That's POZITIVE Brown. That's on Twitter. It's on Instagram. If you put that in the search bar of Facebook, you'll find me there. Or you can find me by my name. It's a novel idea. Larry Bryant. I also have, thank you for reminding me, I do have a photo website for my photos. It's Larry Bryant Photography. Every new year, I kind of update the website, so I'm in the process of doing that now. And I do want to continue. I've gotten several requests. Most of the people who have sent it to me are like out of the country, who are interested in kind of participating in the HIV in Black and White series that I started last year. But yeah, it's something I want to do throughout the year. And Art, yeah, we're going to definitely hook up to get that. I would like to have all of you participate if that's possible at some point.
Wonderful.
Oh, guys, I don't know if you're seeing this, but Debbie Reynolds passed away.
Yes, Carrie Fisher's mom. Yeah, it's amazing.
Right on the heels of her daughter.
Wow. But yeah, I want to be photographed, Larry, please.
Yeah, all I know, all I have to do is just turn my camera on and Jesse appears. So there we go. We'll make it happen.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're looking for, Candace and I are looking forward to doing this again really soon. I don't know if anyone watched our last video thing where I don't know if I promised, but I know I said something about us doing this more often. But we are. I think we're going to try to do it once a month. So look for us at the end of January.
Nice.
And we'll have a whole new set of trash that we'll be talking to each other, and hopefully we will have come out of our bomb shelters after the inauguration and the oxygen and green grass and live animals and all that kind of stuff happening. All right.
Let's hope.
Well, thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful new year. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves and the people that you care for most.
Bye. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
All right. And